AJ here. Maybe you want some vegan cauliflower wings. Maybe you need it for a Superbowl party. Maybe you're just watching the game. Maybe you're just in a wing mood and you don't know any other place you can get vegan wings. Well, that's where cauliflower wings come in. Now I'm going to show you how you can make your very own vegan cauliflower wings at home so that you can enjoy this snack anytime you want, and also it's healthier for you. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. Thanks for being here. My name's AJ. I post here 3 times a week, different recipes usually, sometimes other things that are just happening in my life. If that's something you're interested in, maybe consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out. But either way, I'm thankful that you're here. So let's get into this. So if we're gonna make some cauliflower wings, the first thing we need is a head of cauliflower. I would say also for this recipe we're gonna use, you could do 2. It depends on the size, but this is kind of like, I would say this is medium small. I remember cauliflower heads being a little bit bigger than this. So we're just gonna make 1 because it's just gonna be dinner for me and my beautiful magical fairy wife. So your first step, you wanna preheat your oven to 450, nice and hot, and we're gonna break apart this head of cauliflower so that we have individual florets. And those are gonna be our wings. So that's gonna be our first step. As always, if you want the recipe, it'll be linked below. So let's take this cauliflower head, let's break her apart. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, now that we have this cauliflower, we're gonna put it off to the side. All right, so we're gonna start with our flour. We're gonna throw about 3/4 of a cup of this gluten-free flour in here. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in a little bit of garlic powder, about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. We're gonna throw a little bit of chili powder in here. We're gonna throw a teaspoon of cumin, some onion powder, black pepper, and some salt. Now we're gonna whisk this up. Make sure it's all nice and mixed. Wonderful. Next, we're going to add in our liquid. And so for our liquid on this one, we're going to use almond milk. I would recommend using almond milk versus an oat milk or anything like that, just because the other types of alt milks are a little bit thinner. It does work. I'm just telling you, this is what I recommend. So we've got about a 1/2 cup of almond milk in here, and then we're gonna do 1/2 cup of water, filtered if you got it, but either one will work for you. And then we're gonna whisk this together as well until you have a nice batter forming. And pay attention to it, because especially if you're using like a gluten-free mix, they're all a little different, but basically you want something that's around the consistency of kind of like a thin pancake batter, something that can really you want it close to that pancake paint consistency where it kind of just drips off by itself. And the thing about these cauliflower wings is they're easy, but they do hang out in the oven for a while because it's cauliflower. You gotta cook it all the way through so it's not too crunchy. But otherwise, I mean, we're almost done. Like the hard part next is gonna be, we're gonna take the hard part. We're gonna take the cauliflower, dip it in this batter, and then prepare it on a baking sheet. Now you need your baking sheet to have parchment paper or a slip mat. It won't work well with tin foil or just greasing the pan. You need that non-stick thing. Otherwise, you will have these cauliflower wings stuck on your baking sheet, and then you're gonna be upset. And I don't want you to be upset. I want you to be happy, full, loving, compassionate, ready to go. So I'm gonna grab a baking sheet. I'm gonna start dipping these, and then we're gonna throw them in the oven for about 25 minutes or so. While they're in the oven, we're gonna start making the buffalo sauce. So let's start dipping these and getting them prepared on a baking sheet. All right, so you can see we kind of have our first half of these cauliflower wings. We still have a few more, and we still have a little bit of batter, so I'm probably gonna bake these off in 2 batches, but I'll do the first batch for you and the second batch just for me. It'll be my little secret. So now we're gonna get rid of these clips because these don't go in the oven, and we're gonna throw these wings in the oven for around 25 minutes, but I would set a timer at like 12 minutes to flip these things halfway through, because if not, you'll end up with one side super burned and the other side still a little bit raw. So you wanna make sure you're getting it all the way around, but you're gonna see that the batter really clings to the cauliflower once you've got it cooking in there. So we're gonna throw this in, and while it's in there, we're gonna make our sauces for these wings. All right, so we're gonna make the world's easiest wing sauce. Traditionally, wing sauce is just butter and hot sauce. We're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna reduce the amount of butter that we're using. So we're just gonna grab about a tablespoon of vegan butter. This could be Miyoko's brand, this could be Earth Balance, this could be whatever brand you like. And then we're gonna put in, we're gonna heat this up and melt it, and then we're gonna add a whole bunch of hot sauce, around a cup-ish, to this mix. And the purpose of this is we're actually going to brush this buffalo sauce onto the cauliflower wings and bake the sauce into the wings. Now we're gonna have extra, so if you like your wings wet, you can pour it afterwards. You're gonna have the buffalo sauce kind of baked in to the wing. So I'm gonna take this butter, throw it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then add the hot sauce. And once these wings are ready, we're gonna start brushing them. Alrighty, so we have our first batch of wings, and you can see they look mostly cooked, but not completely cooked. Is that on purpose? It is. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these wings, throw them in a big old bowl like such, and we're gonna toss them with some of our buffalo sauce. Now remember, we've only made half, so don't use, you could use all the buffalo sauce, and then the extra will just stay in there, but it's a little better to conserve, right? Let's not waste. So we're gonna throw all of these cauliflower wings in here. If it's a little too hot for you, use a spoon. It's a little too hot for me, but I've already started with my hands, so I'm gonna commit to it. All right, so here we go. We have our cooked up cauliflower wings, buffalo sauce. Again, this is mostly just Frank's Red Hot and a little bit of vegan butter in there. And I know that sounds like kind of too much hot sauce, but because we're baking it into the wing, it's not gonna be too much. So don't you fret. I can tell you're worried, Becky. Becky, don't worry. It's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be too hot. I know you're sensitive to spice, and we'll have it with some ranch. Or you can always put this in like barbecue sauce as well, and make barbecue cauliflower wing. You could also brush this on if you wanted, but I found that this is a little simpler. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these wings, we're gonna lay them back on the parchment paper. They're gonna go back in the oven for another 25 minutes. Again, you wanna flip it halfway through, and that's gonna finish up their cooking. And then you'll have some delicious hot wings ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw those in, and I'll see you when it's time for the taste test. All right, we are here. We made some vegan buffalo wings with some vegan ranch and a carrot stick, celery. I think it looks pretty good. You know, it looks pretty convincing. You might be able to trick someone. So I have my magical, beautiful fairy come over here. She is going to let me know how I did.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've had these, right?
Yeah, they look great.
They look great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite, vegan junk foods.
Yeah.
It's not really a junk food.
It's a vegetable.
Yeah.
But don't tell people.
Yeah.
But it's a vegetable.
Tell them it's junk food.
Tell them it's junk food. Let them be tricked. Okay. Good one, right? I don't want to toot my own horn, so I needed you to do it for me. But it's pretty good, right?
But they're good though.
It goes with the ranch, for sure.
The cauliflower is like soft but not mushy, you know? And then like the flour coating is crunchy.
Yeah.
It's not soggy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the nice thing about baking it.
No, these aren't soggy. They're not as messy either. Like, normally you eat wings. One of the things I used to hate about wings was getting my hands dirty. Why are you laughing? You know I was going to say that? I used to hate it, so I would order often the boneless wings back in the day, even though those aren't wings, because I didn't want my hands to get... So these are, nice and... They're cleaner, right? But if you want them wet, you could always pour more buffalo sauce on top of it, and the same buffalo sauce. But I like them as is, So and it's got some heat. It definitely does it give you the buffalo fix?
Yes.
Gives me the buffalo fix. Scale of 1 to 10?
10.
Oh, it's a U?
Yeah, it's a 10.
It's a U. We're doing it. There you have it. We made some vegan cauliflower wings. If you make wings just like this, Go and tag me at HeyAJRivera on any social media. I'll eventually find it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hey, if you're not done watching content, I probably have another video popping up here. There's a whole bunch of foods videos. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe smash like, let YouTube know, let me know that this is what you want, that you want more of this, and subscribe if you never want to miss another video. I'll see you in the next one.